Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, this is Vintage Betty Elaine, and we've got another monthly favorite. If you haven't already, take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you like these kind of monthly favorites, and come hang out with me on my socials. I'll have all my details listed below, my Instagram, my Snapchat, blog, all of that. So it's been a minute since I've done a favorites video. I had actually planned to do first a July favorites video, and then that didn't get done, so then I had planned to do a July-August favorites video, and then it got into September and I just didn't feel like doing a July and August favorites video because I was completely in fall mode and had already forgotten about summer, and I thought, who wants to hear about summer favorites when it's all about fall right now? So scrap that idea. It's now October. It's going to be Canadian Thanksgiving, first weekend in October. I am heading out to my dad's after I film this video. I have quite a number and variety of things that I purchased and tried out in September and ended up really liking to share with you. So let's just get into this video with some, I guess, home and kitchen. You'll see what I mean. To start off, I'll start off with what I always start off with every morning, which is coffee. Oh, it smells so good. I had found this and enjoyed this all September long. It's almost gone, so I need to go back and get some more lovely fall coffee. I got this at Winners. It was $7. Fall in Love ground coffee, vanilla nut cream. It just smelled so delicious. It was delicious. It totally put me in the fall mood. I do burn candles throughout the year, but come fall, if I'm home, I usually have candles burning. This one is, it's not really a fall scent. I was given it at the beginning of the year, and I hadn't burned it really until kind of starting into August. I burned it a little bit, and then September I had it burning pretty much all month, which hence why it's all gone now. The scent is birthday cake, hence why my friend got it for my birthday. But it is a really nice French vanilla type scent, which I still think is lovely for fall. I believe, I'm pretty confident actually that she got this from like Winners or HomeSense. So LW Home. It says the burn time is approximately 33 hours, and it did burn for quite a while. Next candle I actually picked up from the Dollarama, and it is also gone. I loved it. Was in this cute little jar. So I love candles that I can use the jar afterwards. $3. The scent is apple crumble, and again, it's got that lovely apple scent, which for September, hello Apple, September. So that one was lovely. And then another one, which I picked up from Winners, is Sonoma Goods for Life Be Balanced. Bergamot and ginger is the scent, and if you know me and have been following my channel for a little bit, I flippin' love ginger. Anything ginger I love. Ginger candies, ginger tea, ginger scents. It's got a very light scent of ginger. Move on to a little bit of like makeup beauty slash skincare. I picked up this oil from, I want to say Marshall's actually. Maybe it's either Winners or Marshall's or one of those, so it's all under the same umbrella. But I had tried this brand before in a different oil. She Aromatherapy is what it's called. Anti-aging rosehip oil, organic cold pressed rosehip with vitamin E. I actually use this more during the morning, so before I apply, you know, my moisturizer, my primer, my makeup, I put this on after I've cleansed my face, and I just love how moisturizing it feels. And I believe vitamin E is supposed to be really good for like scarring or imperfections, that sort of thing. And so I think it's really good, you know, for any acne scarring. And of course it has anti-aging, so I mean, I don't know if I see anything dramatic, but I do like how it feels on my skin. So I was in Marshall's and I was there to look for something. I ended up, oh, I think I needed like a face wash. So I went there looking for the face wash, and I ended up seeing this as well. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So I was really excited to see this when I walked around the corner. I got it for, I think it was $25, and they're regular about $50 to $55 in Sephora. And this has definitely been a favorite. It's a little bit dusty. I love how like pigmented the shades are. You really don't need to dig your brush in at all. I have been loving, I was using this one more for contour in the summer. Now that it's getting a little bit cooler, you know, that I'm not really as, I don't want to be as bronzed as I am in the summer, so I switched over to using this as my contour shade on my nose and my cheek and on my forehead. So I use these two shades kind of in combination underneath my eyes. After I conceal, I'll use these powders to set. And then this one I've been loving using as more of a highlight. I'll take my brush, and once I have applied my, you know, liquid highlighter underneath, I actually use it to kind of set it. And what I love is it just gives a really nice natural highlight without being super blinding. You know, going into fall and doing like a darker lip and maybe a little bit more of a smoky eye or a darker eye, I just want my highlight to look just a little bit more natural. I mean, you can still see it's there, but I feel like it's more of a sheen on the cheek versus like a glitter bomb or like that super intense highlight. Really, really loving this palette in September, and in fact, this is all I've been picking up and using to use for my contour and setting underneath my eyes and like setting my highlight. Love this palette. A few of these things were actually featured in my first impressions video that I put up last month, so I will link that down below. But a few favorites have come out of that, including this W7 Night Glow. It is a liquid highlight. I'll take this liquid highlight and I'll dab it on my cheeks, and then I'll use my finger to just blend it in. And then even just this alone I find gives a really nice sheen. Then I would take this highlight and just take a brush and kind of just above it, so it kind of blends the edge of the liquid highlighter and it gives it more of a natural glow. This was also featured in my drugstore first impressions. I'm actually really impressed with this foundation. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily Foundation, liquid foundation. I have mine in the shade 112 Natural Ivory. So really been loving this. I usually mix in a little bit of a kind of like a glowy lotion or a glowy primer, so it gives it a little bit more of a sheen or glow to the foundation. But I love how it goes on and I love how it wears. I'm able to apply just not a very light coverage of it over my face using my damp cosmetic sponge beauty blender, but I'm also able to build it up in areas that I need a little bit more coverage. Then after I use this, I actually have been loving this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I actually picked up this first, which is what made me want to pick up this one. But I love the combination together, and I use this concealer, and I did get it in the shade 20 Sand, and I use this concealer just to conceal any spots after I've applied my foundation. And I love how it has some really good coverage for such an inexpensive concealer, and it's nice and light feeling. It doesn't feel super heavy or bulky on the skin. I don't feel like I'm wearing so much makeup over my blemishes. I want to cover them but not look like I have a ton of makeup in those spots. If I need just a little bit more coverage, I then go in with my next favorite, which is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer and Corrector. So this one is a lot thicker than this one. So I usually take my concealer brush and I'll just dab it right on the end and dab it where I need just a little bit more concealer. And then I'll take like a stippling brush and just kind of stipple it over that blemish or discoloration. And I find this will give that little added coverage that this one maybe doesn't quite have. And this I actually had picked up as well when I picked up the Shade and Light palette. I think this was about $7 at Marshall's, and it's regular, I think about $31 if I'm not mistaken. I will have everything listed below that I can find. Then we have this Essence Color Correcting Mattifying Powder. This was also in my drugstore first impressions video. I was really impressed with this, and of course Essence, as you know, is a very inexpensive brand. The way I use this is, I love that it's got the different colors. Once I'm done concealing them, a lot of times I have a just a little brush that I'll use, and I'll concentrate in the green, and I'll just kind of pat it on top of where that blemish is, like for example right here. I patted it just on top, and it kind of just helps obviously to tone down the redness. And then I'll just use it to set just around my cheeks and just around my chin. You do want to be careful, you don't want to put on too much though, because it does get to look powdery. But what I have found, which goes into my next favorite, is, and I can't remember who I heard this from. Oh, I think it was I Love Sari. She says that she actually uses her setting spray in between a lot of her steps when she's applying her foundation and concealer and setting and all that. I have found that if I take my setting spray and once I apply, you know, my foundation and my concealer and I spray, and then I take my beauty blender and just help melt it into the skin, and then do the next step like my contour and then spray again, and then just, it kind of helps melt everything into the skin as opposed to sitting on top of the skin. And this one, it's a Hard Candy Brighten Sheer Envy Brightening Setting Spray plus vitamin C plus rose water, 12-hour long wear and hydration. And I do really like this. I love how it feels on the skin. It's got a pretty good mist on it. I find I can just be, you know, around this area and spray it. I also picked this up from Winners. It is the Argan Magic Intensive Hair Oil. It says restores manageability and elasticity, paraben free. You can use it on either damp or dry hair. I find especially in, you know, as we're getting into the cooler months, it is dry here where I live, and definitely hair gets staticky. I find this is really great to use on my clip-in extensions so that they stay nice and smooth and don't get all matted. So I actually put it in my hair today, so I just find it gives it a little softness to it. It gives it a nice little sheen. It smooths my hair out. And this one was $9.99 from Winners, and I am really enjoying it so far. Okay, on to a little bit of fashion. This purse I actually just got very close to the end of September, actually. Very close to the end of September. But it's already a favorite of mine because, I mean, look at it. This color to me screams fall. It's this beautiful, like, dark green suede-esque type feel bag. My friend had ordered it from Wish, so very inexpensive. I've never actually ordered anything from there myself, but I know some people who have. And, I mean, they say it's hit or miss. Some things you get and they're great. Some things you get and they're not that great, but it's a very inexpensive website. But she had ordered it. I think she had only used it a few times, and it just didn't suit her. It wasn't really what she was looking for to be able to carry back and forth for work. So she asked if I wanted it, and of course I said yes, because I love this color. I love this grommet detail on the bottom. It's got this really beautiful tassel. I love this green color for fall. And then on the other side of this tassel, it kind of has a little hint of this amber color, which peeks out. It's a really great size, a longer handle. to be able to, you know, carry it just on your shoulder. This fits really nicely on the crook of the arm. I just have been loving this bag. I will probably be using this for a while in these fall months. If you've watched my latest thrift hauls, that's where all of these upcoming things are from. So the first one, which has been a huge favorite of mine, is this beautiful leather jacket from a company called Knowles & Carter London. It's Italian lambskin. I had found this at the Goodwill outlet, which was such a deal, was such a score, because literally it ended up being a couple dollars. It does have this little zip out interior vest that's got this fur lining that I have not been wearing so far because it's been fairly warm that I only need the one layer, but it's such a cool, like, menswear, casual look to it, to wear with jeans, to wear with whatever. And because it's secondhand, the leather is so soft and it's got that like perfect worn in feel already. These I found at Goodwill. These puppies, these beauties, are from the brand Vintagebettyelaine. I think I'm saying that right. They are a beautiful boot. I flippin' love these. I debated buying them, and I'm really glad I ended up buying them because I've been wearing them lots. I wore them, you know, with jeans that were a little bit rolled up, kind of a straight leg, baggy boyfriend type feel. I wore these, and then I wore just like a t-shirt and my leather jacket, and oh, loved it. So they are a little bit more of a casual feel, but I didn't have brown boots, and I just love these. I wasn't wearing those. I was wearing my other boots that I found also at Goodwill. These ones are Calvin Klein. So these are these beautiful black pull-on boots. I just love these. I think these are perfect to dress up, to dress down, and I've been wearing these a ton in September. Just a book that I've been really enjoying in September and have been reading lots. I thought I'd share with you. I did start it, I think, more in August, maybe even before that, but I've been reading it a lot more in September. I am almost done it. It is from John Maxwell. If you're familiar with him, he is just a leadership guru. Really love listening to him, his podcasts, his talks, his everything. His books are really good, really easy to follow, easy to understand. This one is the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Follow them and people will follow you. It's just really good, and it's really easy the way it's laid out. There's 21 laws, and even in the foreword, he talks about how, you know, you may have some of these, you may be really good at some of these and average on others and not really good on others still, but you can really work on developing these laws and develop yourself as a leader. Got a lot of really good, valuable information. So if you're someone who's looking to grow as a leader, or grow as an individual, or grow as even as a follower, so maybe you're not leading people but you're within an organization, I still think this is a really great book, because to be honest, no matter who you are, you're leading someone. Someone in your life is looking up to you for some kind of leadership. So it doesn't matter if you're leading a huge company or just leading your kids at home. I really think that we can all grow in those areas, and it will impact our relationships and the people in our life in a good way, in a positive way. So I highly recommend this book. Then a Netflix show that I just loved and devoured in September is The Crown. It's a Netflix original. So far they only have one season on Netflix, and I've gone through the whole season and loved it. I loved being able to, I don't know, get a peek into Queen Elizabeth and how she came into power and just the history behind it. I love that and I believe that they've done a pretty good job of sticking true to how it happened in history. I just love getting a glimpse into their perspective of how, you know, Queen Elizabeth would have felt becoming queen at such a young age, stepping up for her father having to have become king when he wasn't even expecting to because his brother abdicated the throne, and just all that kind of background that just really got me really interested and intrigued and wanting to dive in even deeper into history of England and of the royal family and all of that. From watching Downton Abbey, which is another show that I was obsessed with and finished, from watching that, after that, when I was looking for a new show, I decided to watch The Crown and loved it. I cannot wait for them to bring out a second season so that I can continue watching it. Last favorite of the month is this little girl. She's my favorite September favorite. So this little kitten, whose name is Luna, aka Luna Bean, aka Lulu, or Bean, I also call her Bean. My mom actually found this cute little kitten. She was only 4 weeks old, so she's about 8 weeks now. And she, I don't know, for whatever reason, she had been abandoned in the back alley at my mom's house. So whether the mom, who knows, someone picked her up, or she got hurt or killed. Mom had texted me and said that a couple kids had found 3 kittens in a back alley that had been abandoned, and they had taken them home. And I believe it was the next day she went back out because she thought, you know, 3 kittens for a litter isn't very much. She went back out and she actually found this little thing, and she was just so tiny then. She's grown so much in about 4 weeks, but she took her in, and then my sister went out like the next day and brought her home. And so she's definitely grown. Like I said, she was so tiny she fit in the palm of your hand. Yeah, and now she does not. She's definitely bigger. And we're bottle feeding her, and yeah. This is my September favorite. She's so cuddly, and she's such a little stinker, and she attacks you when you're walking by your legs, and at nighttime she curls up at your neck and she purrs, and then when she wants milk, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. And then when she wants milk in the morning, she wakes you up by like purring and sucking on your neck, and it's hilarious. Hi. And you're just so sweet. Yes, you are. You're just such a sweetheart. What are you doing? What are you doing? And she's just such a playful little thing, and she's so cuddly, and she just follows you around the house like a little puppy, right? And yeah, if you leave the room and she doesn't know where she went, she starts to meow, and then you just call her, and she like runs and gets you. Oh, and she's just the cutest. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if we'd be able to keep her per se because I have my cat Anastasia, and I honestly was very surprised how well Anastasia took to her. She doesn't necessarily love her right away, but she tolerated her, and now they even play. So, yeah. Right? Hey, Bean? Hey, little Lulu? Anyway, she is just the cutest, and I love her to bits. But that's it for my video. That's it for my September favorites. Like I said, if you like these kind of videos, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Look. Say hi. Look. Say bye. See you next time. See you next time. Alright. See you next time. Bye.